You can call me a stoner for sure, but you cannot call me an alcoholic. Neither can or I are
I called you
alcoholic.
none of those things.
Hola, buenas tardes, bienvenidos. ¿Cómo están? How are you?
Bien, me too.
Muy bien, gracias. I am Leonardo, I'll be waiting now. Do you like something to drink to start?
What do you recommend?
I recommend margarita, mimosa, tequila, white wine, red wine.
I will have a margarita, please. You have to get the
Lisa, same ticket or separate? Same ticket. You said Pacific, right?
We told Tracy if she wanted to come to the best beach I put us today, we would take her to lunch.
Loved it. Gotta get a bunch. Make sure they make it.
Where are you, lady?
Just a regular flavor.
What? Dark blue, right?
I would like a Sprite. See. Oh, I'm swimming. I'm always. I drank enough for 10 like it. Tracy orders what?
Where are you take to drink?
Are all your drinks on here?
Sparkling water, please. Can I have just a glass of ice water too?
That one?
Oh, there is. It's really a little menu.
Funny, all their drinks are all vodka.
Well, I asked somebody to recommend it and it's tequila.
Yeah, low tide just turns into like little pools. High tide it comes way up there.
It's pretty. It's a really pretty place. No, we've never been here before.
Yeah, you tried to.
I try things, like chocolate. I like to try different things,
I do. I'm on the chocolate
What do you like, Mike? I like different things.
I love chocolate.
Tacos are like lasagna. Everybody has it a little different, so it is good to try different
It is.
stuff.
For the first week, I can only eat sauce.
How do you feel now?
So that's it. I don't think these are the ones that resolve. I'm gonna have to borrow.
They will be the ones that.
Tomorrow's day 8. We came out on the airplane on the way home. they use fruit still at the place that we ordered. That's my favorite place.
That's what they use. That's what they are. Soft.
That's right. That's exactly it. It's soft. I love the guy at the corner. He says it's playful. It's almost like it's already been chewed. They're just little pellets of meat. Yeah, it's kind of delicious.
They definitely cut them on thin here so they're quick and fast.
There's sun death in the corner of it. It's cute. It sounds like it's cute. You know what was really good was, and I forget what it was, I bet if we talked about it, still on the menu. And we all went to, sat outside at Agostino's. Is that the place that's up there by Mom and Dad?
What's it called?
Agostino's.
I've heard something like that, yeah.
We had some kind of a mixture thing in there. It was delicious. You were with us. And you struck up a conversation with the lady next to us and basically recommended you drink.
Oh, okay, that does sound better.
Yeah. There was some, it didn't eat cake. It had like red sugar or something around the end of it.
That's so funny that Mom said that because I just stayed with them. And I don't even think I drank at all when I was with them for a whole month.
She basically said it's potato wedge. Your friends are not their parents.
Yeah, so did they. Don't you remember when Dad had $2,000 worth of wine in his garage? I remember to be a little $400 bottles of wine that were as good as a little wine. So funny. I had that when I was 13. From our garage.
I remember the cruise he was from. Perfecto.
Can I get a pineapple?
Pineapple margarita?
Yeah, mucho pineapple. Mucho pineapple.
We don't have fruit pineapple. We have just juice pineapple.
Oh, just juice.
That's fruit.
Okay, yeah.
That's tamarind, passion fruit, mango, strawberry. That's fruit.
Okay.
Is that your phone, amigo?
Yeah, you're gonna have a big one.
Okay.
Can I have maracuja or baca? Baca?
Oh, both basil and maracuja. Both.
Double tequila. Double shot.
That's one shot and a half.
Grande is the double.
Oh, grande.
One shot and a half.
Perfect.
You say maracuja and basil, right? That's back. Oh.
Yeah, it's the middle one.
Sounds Cameron says, if they start building your marathon further up and start doing people will start bringing more stuff.
They're already starting to.
Yeah, we probably have 6 more restaurants.
You go to a place like St. Louis or whatever, we have Indian food or first. We have vegetarian, you know, it's very
Yes,
good.
that's
And
my favorite.
then we found a French chef who made bouillabaisse. She had bouillabaisse. I mean, it's a small place.
Yeah.
It's not much bigger than.
No, but all the restaurants are small, so they don't have to have as much.
It's like a water.
food.
I was like,
It's a little bit of lime on you.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's kind of what's different is
No, I need some salt.
where you guys have your day here at River.
I'll tell you about how a bird like shit on my hat. So we were on the Malcolm.
Bring the tables out on the
We
street.
had
Drive and
just
they're
come out of a store.
And
And all of a sudden, there's this well, I was, yeah, I had tissues and I wiped it down. And then we went downstairs. I went to the bathroom and kind of did it if you want to. But actually, I'm so glad I was wearing my hat. Because it would have been more worse had it been on my face. And that would have been
So is that where it landed? Like the front of your house?
like all down the front, like it, and on the brim, right? It was my 4/6 hat I got down in Fort Worth from like the movie Yellowstone and everything. And they would the cattle were putting. They sold their cattle down in the end in the last season.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good luck.
Yeah.
I
I
don't see
haven't
how
had
that
good
could
luck
luck.
like that in a
We're
long
putting
time.
money to buy the supplies, so.
I think more like good aid.
We did 1,000 pesos every other year. And then last year,
Now I'm very wary when I'm walking underneath
the
it.
boards that we bought last year.
Yeah.
and
Well,
Like it's sitting
one
up there
thing-
waiting for you.
Yeah. One thing that was remarkable down in St. Paul was A, all the bird life, and B, like all the different varieties of blackbirds. And at sunset, along the main entrance, you know, the end of the main drag, the main entrance onto the beach, when you come off the beach after watching the sunset, you have this like huge, like noise of all these birds like coming into roost in the trees there, and it's incredible. Talk about being scared that they're going to like.
We'll see what happens.
Well, we love that. Get inside and we got a video of this. Walking every different kind of bird.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
is.
like
So do you have somebody that makes ceviche with it? Like you do
Very solid.
very similar. Yeah, most places have ceviche. I don't. That's something that it's frustrating because we could.
That's the Mexican dish. I mean,
we told you about
people on the boat used to
we told you about their vegetarian. You know, it's always bad. You have to get good looking menus. I think ceviche's vegetarian. It's like it wasn't like the best I've ever had.
Oh no, like I
Plus
said,
it had cilantro all in it.
But it just was. It was more like salsa with some fish in it than
good fish.
fish that's been seasoned and cured in
Actually,
these
in
ingredients.
Colomitos, we had good ceviche that at the first bridge of the little bar right there, and they do ceviche and drinks. And ceviche is like lasagna too. Everybody has their little different.
You know, we're doing a little walk across exploring and they had to like this
I like how you sell your
tortillas and the chips and stuff.
And we have a tortilla area, and they also sell the masa flour with our corn. What I want to do is use the masa flour and make balls and just stuff it with different stuff and fry it so that people can have little bags that they can carry down that are easy to use and don't make a lot of darker, so like get a little paper bag and they throw it in the water.
So when is your girl going to graduate from her?
I don't know, we need to talk to her. She is the daughter of his haircutter. Right now she's taking all of her
There's so
roles
many
to West Maloya
hand foods that were developed for lunch. You know, whether it be the hoagie or just all kinds of different ethnic. I mean, you think about burgers, steaks, to Minneapolis, you've got just all kinds of things. And everybody's has developed ways for
I
you
love
to
those.
eat
I
things
thought
on
that's
the
good.
go.
Almost
Especially the
beside
worker
the sand
who doesn't have a lot of time. And you can go to like a food truck or some hole in the wall place. I feel like
Convenience. We want to be a convenience.
convenience. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too with the pizza. I want to take and bake because they won't take it fast and ready.
Have a job. Yeah.
The zip line, walking to the shore.
Oh, we did talk about doing a zip line at the property next to us across to the bathroom across the river.
Yeah.
Have we
So
figured
you
that
get groceries
maybe?
home
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You remember Kimmy Kinnick? That was in Colorado at Nestled Park. Your great-grandfather built that place up there. Kimmy Kinnick. Grandpa's brother, Uncle Kenny Kinnick.
So we have our great uncle.
Yeah. So basically, he is, it's not bad about it. They didn't have to dig an outhouse.
Yeah.
And it had a thing, the buckets that would go down into the river beneath, like on a pulley thing. And you could scoop and do it. And I bet you that thing was probably about the same distance as your place to the mountain.
Yeah.
It was pretty long. It was down pretty good little trail.
How old were you when you went?
We went there a couple of times. I mean, we'd take trips to Colorado to meet.
The
You know,
only
Uncle
type trip
David.
thing I remember when I went, and I've been to Colorado twice, now these little cabins that we would eat at. And Terry had put a turban on his head and
Oh,
he
yeah.
put shaving cream all over his face. And he said, I'm the idol comedian, scared the crap out of our
Nephews and
nephews, and
nieces.
they're crying. They're crying.
That's classic.
That's
Yeah.
just amazing.
There you go. That's interesting.
You ready to order?
I would like sauteed shrimp with butter and garlic and chili onion. With the garlic and chili sauce.
Here.
Ajillo.
For you?
Fried fish.
Fried fish.
Later. Later, fish.
Oh, yes, the bread.
Later, fish.
I'm sorry.
That's,
Bread.
I need to tell you the price because you become much of the bag. Is that okay? 450 pesos.
How are you?
Very well, and you?
Very well. Now you brought me some nice looking claws.
Yes.
What are these things?
What about you?
These are called chicharron.
Burro de camarón.
Okay.
Burro de camarón.
Burro de camarón.
I want the skirt steak pot.
No.
Gracias.
cheese? Is this goat cheese?
I think it is good.
Have some dip with your chips there.
Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna all.
Like, you none for good.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like he's.
He doesn't
It doesn't look like he's going
It doesn't look
crazy.
like you're too much.
No, but I mean, it doesn't look like he's grabbing.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
I like how when we do cheers with all the bands, some people feel left out.
Very delicious.
Like a pesto drink.
That's why you need to use your straw. Yeah.
I got
Don't put
pesto
the,
right
yeah.
there.
That's why you need your straw.
That's nice though. Basil,
Basil and pepper. Pretty good. I know it's a big thing.
I love basil. We grow basil at our house, so we have to use some fresh basil.
I do good. I've got
But
eight
the
basil.
drink, a lot of the drinks in town are with lime and basil together. Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too. And I couldn't tell I tried it. And I was like, wow, that's pretty
Yeah, no, we
we've got a
basil and it's just
restaurant,
so good in everything. It's like, it makes everything better.
I eat during the week. I make myself sourdough, basil, avocado, arugula salad, everything done. And then I have carrots. I'm very, like, pretty much have that I eat. And that's why I've been like getting messed up. Yeah, because I'm like deviating from my norm, and so my body's replacing it.
the Indian for
See, I was
Vegetarian.
okay
They're
with
free.
everything. Very
I think that's where you start getting constipated. I swear what did you in was to tell you
The what?
you ever go travel.
No, I was at the library. I have not. Done
Backed
anything.
up.
I was backed up. But I think it was, a black, I had a colonoscopy before, you know, I've done all that. And, I think I had a bug. It was not.
Can I pour a tiny little bit of yours in mine?
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
Yeah, right.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
You said I could pour some in yours.
Oh my god, it just went all the way. Hold on. I gotta get finish up y'all. So cute.
Sorry. I'm fast. I found it.
Where? Honey, you feel fine.
You know.
You're seeing a bubble one?
I just like yours better, and I actually like ours mixed together even better because
It's like
like
the
the better
pink floaters
first before we add it.
mixing and things.
I know, now it's, I had
Where are you, chip people? What is this?
to try that.
Pork
It's,
rinds.
yes.
No, I don't eat pork.
Oh, okay, well, I'll eat it for you.
I mean, I'm not Jewish.
You're not a meat. You're a
I haven't
pescatarian.
had a pork
You are a
rind.
pescatarian.
Pescatarian, yeah.
Fish
I
and vegetables.
haven't had something like that prior to 1995.
Okay, so do you eat chicken? So just fish. So you're a pescatarian.
No land roaming or fall.
Well, you went to the best restaurant there. I still think that, did you find a better restaurant than that area and everything?
See, we only had the city, so we didn't need like anything else. So we went to other places, and they were all like very good.
Yes, they had lots of good restaurants.
I felt like there was such. I was surprised. He didn't tell me like how it's kind of known for being like vegetarian.
Oh yes, it is a very granola kind of place.
Granola place, my kind of place. I was like,
Yeah.
And so I was pleasantly surprised, like especially the first one for breakfast. And we went to Chico Greens. So I'm like, what is it? You're gonna make salad with an omelet, and then and I was like, oh snap, this is really good.
How much is it really?
Yeah.
And it's very expensive.
It is.
And when we were there,
Or it is.
yes, when we were there, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
But like I said, we also wanted to have, we wanted multi-units because I had a huge house that I was just about. And I was just so sick of cleaning up a giant house all the time. So now I still have a big house, but it's divided up. So Cameron and I handle it ourselves now because our housekeeper wanted to, we have a price to raise double. And so that's too much. And it actually, there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that, like, we have 2 people moving in tomorrow. So this morning I made one of the beds, you know, and so I can just break it up like you do when you do your normal housekeeping. Yeah, so it's not like, oh my God, I gotta clean everything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there you go. Well, we're gonna discuss that moving forward in the future. You know, we would enjoy coming down and then also
Yeah, just going
places like
Savor.
And
We're the
then
same
even,
age.
And even going amongst the interiors. I mean, just going places if we feel like it would be collected companions. And one day, when there's no longer likely go into those things, we still come.
Just, you know, have a bench.
We would love to go to Mexico.
I want to go to Mexico City. I haven't been there yet. I've been to Guadalajara twice.
Eventually, moving forward, we can come down and go on adventures
We did see. We
They
did
have a
see
party in
the
the
one
Christmas
in
called
the brown one. Yeah.
So
They have one
this,
for
I have
Day
this
of Dead.
theory
It's
that
like
basically God scattered everybody in half as they were
park
building
for
this
Day of the Dead.
tower
And the
of
same
heaven.
Yeah.
That's how all these things ended up all over the world. Because when God scattered them, they all
I love
still
the-
kind of had the knowledge
I love the whole
of how to
concept of
build
Day of
these
the Dead.
pyramids because you find them all over the
because
world.
my
Well, then
dad
basically,
died
I'm watching Joe Rogan like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. And then
and
they
also,
found these structures
it
that
is
go
about that time of
quarter
year.
of
A lot
a
of
mile
people
or
I
2
know
kilometers or something like
they
that.
have
This we want
paths right around
beneath
that.
the pyramid in Egypt.
So it
You know what I mean?
becomes a
They're
little
trying to say, what
nostalgic,
in the
but
hell is this?
also,
You know what I'm saying?
also
So,
I've like read a lot
It
about
wasn't
Celtic
man-made, is
culture,
what they're basically
ancient
saying.
world, and that has a lot
Or
of
if there were,
significance
it's
from that
like,
time,
what
like
in the
when
world?
things kind of come together and overlap. And if you
I kind
like
of put
have
together
some sort of respect for like your ancestors and their past and everything, it's very
that it's
very cool
there
kind of
was
vibe.
God. There
And so I
was,
love it. That's why I always
What was
like
God calling
ask
himself?
for
It
we
was the
can
only
probably
thing around.
pretty
Would you
much
say
off,
I am?
on vacation to
So
do
I did
something.
this
I mean, or
on
if nothing else, just to not be at
Because you got
work
everything
and to
wrong
be
about
like,
Jesus, what Jesus said.
you know.
He said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light.
So yeah, I love it. I loved it when we came here, but
The
like I
word
said, I wasn't
does
prepared for how hot
it
it was.
and we are, wait a second.
I mean, this is like perfect right now. It wiped me out. I mean, it plus all the other things.
I used to
look at
talk like these
That
all
was not
Ferraris
top of my
were.
list of like best time.
We are. I think that we are. I think that's why this is God. If you are, and this is your, if you are God, and you're all, just whatever that is.
Yeah, but it was
No other
pretty
gods before me. Because there's just God.
I mean, you
You're
should
a
have
God,
no,
and
no.
you, and you, and
Yes,
you, and you,
yes,
and
sure,
you, and
yes.
you.
For me, because within you, you know what is the truth within you. You know if you're lying, right? You know if you're
yeah.
correct. And so what I think, and I kind of, that's where the big bang theory, because in the beginning there was God, in the beginning there was I. How do you expect if you're God and sending lights to grow? Why wouldn't you blow up? Yeah, you're made of the dust. The dust. God is made of the dust. And so you know. And I think everything.
So you have all the jungle here. I mean, this all just comes down. Yeah, it's very, yeah. And the marine biologists, I appreciate this environment.
No,
I mean,
if
and
you're
I study them and
he
like
knows all.
how, well, for us in North Carolina, it's our outer banks and it's our coastline and how it erodes and it goes, you know, down.
That's where you talk
It follows patterns. And you know, we have like pretty much banned having like seawalls and stuff.
I think it is
To an extent. I mean, there are some because there's pros and cons to that, right? Because like anything down from here is going to be devoid of any best. I mean, there's a lot of that. A lot of it goes into our beaches and a lot of money spent, and then just depending on the weather, that can take it out in an instant. And it's so transitory. So what they do is they like start dredging offshore, or they collect dredging where it's collecting. But like so it's okay. So I went to school at UNC. I went to school at UNC. So that's where biology was there. And
in ayahuasca.
right for me,
That may be a
they when I was there
saw-
last in September, because one of my best friends like lives down there still, and so I could stay with them and their family and you know, it's church. He is like about 64, and I mean he's been there for a long time. Surfers, we all Sally. We just talk about politics and moves on. We are friends with one of their friends. I mean, Trevor Norman. His parents were like some of the, and Norman's about 70 years old. His parents were some of the original documents of Rifle Beach back in like 1925. And so they had to double up. Like his mother told his father, I don't want to live right on the beach. So they're like a block back. They're like a block over from Johnny Mercer Pier. Which when I went to school there, it was Winterport. But then a hurricane in the mid-90s took it out, so that it's rebuilt as a concrete pier, so it's there. And but so he has a lot. So we have a place to park all the time. I mean, I just like Norman, coming, can I park there? And I asked him, my niece, you know, it's her first year in college, and I'm like, can I do a park for you back there? Well, I'd love to say yes, but I have all these people, and I was like, I understand. It's okay. It's all good, you know. But that's my saving grace is because when I went to school there, you can park wherever you want, and now there's like, you know, parking meters, and it's like really, really hard. But for us, we got our in with Norman, and I could just like call it. And if I'm going with Sally and church and stuff, we all just park there and just go. But I can like go and just show up and just like get out there.
Right now is good, maybe later.
But it's you know. It's one of those things where he's a bachelor, he's never married, and we used to come down and like when we party there, stuff, we bring a bottle of tequila. We used to have some legendary parties at his place and stuff. And he looks like a cross between Jimmy Buffett and George Burton. really does.
He looks
Got
like
like a long
W.
haired George Bush.
Yeah.
Well,
W wearing his little,
no, it's kind of bald, like it's
what's it called, a
bald.
bodera?
Just
What's
like
those
both
things?
of them.
Oh, I forget what it's called.
Bolero.
Bolero. I was a good country girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, poor Jimmy, he died recently.
Cameron, I'm sure, had a bolero in his lifetime.
Yeah. We were watching, you know, he did some really, you know, he was one of the guys that would do concerts and stuff for free. And during COVID, he basically would go online. Yeah, he would collaborate with people and do things that were.
No, Jeff and I said Russell and Lewis because they were big members about the fact that we actually something good when we got the concert.
Oh,
They never did anything, and I took them out and they ended up being great.
Yeah, but Norma, and get back to that. I mean, so he's been there on the island like all this time and stuff, and inherited his house from his parents.
That's cool.
And so, I mean, there's a lot of anytime you like live somewhere for a long time, there's a lot of history there, and a lot of get together with Sally in church, and you know they're talking about politics and this, that, and the other. But we've had a lot of good times back when Sally Church used to have a boat. We went out to like Masonboro and just cruising around. I mean, we've had legendary parties at both establishments.
You see it.
There's always music involved. There's always like excellent food because everybody are excellent cooks. And Greg and Churchill love to spend money on seafood, fresh seafood, and seafood. Yeah, he and Sally in church, like they definitely are the masters of chef.
Some more tips.
Can we have enough chips for this amount of guacamole? Thank you.
And yeah, the drinking that ensued, yeah, was crazy. It was legendary.
All that, you know,
The party. And that was our place. I got all my beach friends, man. All my beach
Our
friends.
niece is one right now.
Yeah.
And she comes home every friggin' weekend. It's like,
Dude,
what
she's
in the
nothing
world?
like me, man. When I
kidding
went off
me?
to college, Mom's like, she said to me, I'm never gonna see you except for your holidays. I'm like, and well, partly because I didn't have a car, so I just had to, you know, carpool and stuff. And Maddie has her own car, but she's much more straight laced, you know, on the trip. I mean, no, she not. It's a different time. It's a different. See, so my whole mission was I would always go to class. Always go to class. I didn't study like I should, but I took excellent notes and I was present and I absorbed the information. And so then I passed. I mean, I graduated in 4 years, which was an anomaly back then. People graduated 5, 6 years. All the people I know, or they didn't graduate. But as long as I was there getting the information, I didn't really study, but I would like get good grades and just like do it. And but yeah, I partied. I love. I just live life and was like happy to do it.
Party part of party.
It comes in like
Like a little
That's the way it was back in the early 90s. I mean, you and I are the same age. I was there for 90 and 94. You know, it's a different time.
We want to
I love partying during college. I don't know what kind of
We used to drink our beer, and we used to smoke a lot, and we had like bongs with names, and I mean, you know, we had cake parties, we like, and you know, we had like, you know, the first. I mean, we just had a good time.
That's where we
Yeah,
had,
and we would have like water balloon fights, and all kinds of bonfires. I mean,
every morning.
I mean, I was at a party at the beach one time. There were so many people on the deck. It felt like the deck was like, I guess we're gonna go now.
I grabbed he was talking to me every time he visited me every morning. It was so cool. I wanted it like so bad.
I mean, we would go to the beach and we'd have like, remember those like yellow Sony boombox and stuff? We'd be out there with those, and we would have like, yeah, and the waterproof one. And then we would have like our beach chairs that like folded over, because then you don't and you could like lay there and get sunburn. I never got sun on my face, but yeah, we were all tanned and like, having a good time, man. I mean, going to concerts.
Cameron, tell him about the bird that when we stayed here.
Oh, he would come and sit at our bed every morning. And he started talking to her. She was talking.
Very comfortable.
That was the parrot so he could actually talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something. And he just kind of condition pressure.
Yeah.
Like that.
Drops right off. He's going to work. He's not trying to go apart.
So he's coming every day.
Yeah, and he just flies.
He loves avocado.
He was a macaque.
Oh, big bird. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really big and kind of like green and
He was beautiful and he couldn't talk to me or learn, so I just love
fly
that.
down to the restaurant down below. This restaurant.
Yeah, this restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, he lived here.
He lived in one of those trees.
Didn't Tiffany have a bird?
Yeah,
Wasn't she a
Tiffany.
bird person?
She still probably has.
I've
But she does still have a bird.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
know.
does. Yeah, because she had a couple when
She bored it.
then she boarded. I hope that she doesn't anymore. But she got rid of Cassandra.
Yeah, baby.
She got rid of Cassandra when she got her baby. So I hope that she got rid of her bird.
Well, got rid of Cassandra. Was Cassandra living out there with him?
Yes, Cassandra was living out there with them, and now I think that Cassandra's living with them.
Well,
Or she might be living.
I thought she was working and living in Ballard.
No.
She's got roommates.
No, she's done with that. She's like, she's in between.
She's got 2 roommates now. I think that is saying in Michael's Valley.
Oh, okay.
We don't. We're not out that way. So we don't know.
A lot of that's more like nutrition. And apparently she's like, has a peaceful food, or in Cleveland, Ohio, that she was never been to Cleveland. And also, I think it's Europe or something. But talk about like remote work and management. But he says they don't hear from her.
No, that's why I was really
And I
looking
feel
forward to
very
seeing her.
sad that she couldn't come out here because of stupid
No,
regulations.
I was looking forward to that too, and I was like, Dad, why didn't you say something? And also, if I was my dad, I would just say, fine. I'll say, I guess I was going to cancel my reservation, and I'll just stay with my daughter. You know?
Just say, or just say,
No, and that's what I told Dad. You haven't heard we opened up our voice so that we can.
Huh.
What are they going to do if they kick him out? He doesn't want to do that anymore because it's on right. He does that. He does it to his family.
Well,
And it is
he pays a lot of money.
Yes, it's like $700
Is
a
that they've
night
stayed in that
I
unit
don't think
before?
so.
for the penthouse. Well, for 350 still it's a lot.
What I'm saying is, he stayed in that unit before. We've stayed in that same.
But it's a real estate agent.
No, but that is, and there's so many people that have poor business practices. Like I said, we go to condos all the time where you're doing, hey, I'm booking, it says that it's $70 a night, we show them, we can book it right now, and they just say no, and we know that booking takes money. Well, no, they won't do it personally, so we can still sign it up on booking and do it, but they say no. Now, instead of getting the whole $70 a night that we found or whatever, instead of $100, they get 50 because they have to pay booking. Yeah, it's just like, why would you do that?
If you have a 2-bedroom rental and you're telling someone they can only staff or, you know, like have enough people to occupy half of it due to like some non-sequential like
No, that's just weird.
that's just weird.
We understand.
I mean, if you have, it's not like you're talking about a studio apartment. And
Right.
somebody's saying, well, we want 2 additional people, and it's only enough room for 2 people. Technically, 2 people.
Yeah.
We're talking 2 like bona fide bedrooms and bathrooms.
No, and I understand. We understand that somewhat. We understand kind of where they're coming from, but it's like you said. Hey, we're having 4 guests because we want to know how many guests. We have 4 guests.
And it's handy.
Yes, we have 4 guests. So that way we know that we need to make sure that people have at least 4,000. So if you have 8 guests, yes, we want to know so that we can give you extra blankets and towels and pillows, you know. And so I understand Yeah, but it's the
like
same amount.
maximum occupants,
Right.
right? I mean, it tells you
Yeah.
like the maximum people that they are reasonably going to accommodate in all this,
For a week,
right?
basically. Yeah.
And so you don't want to go over. Like when I booked things for my family to go, for annual beach vacation, it'll come to we're not going to plan
You're just gonna
to have us and guests
Yes.
that exceed the maximum, but it's fair.
No, and that's why I'm saying that for us, it's like, okay, if you have 2 guests, it's cheaper for us to rent you a room with 2 guests versus 4 guests.
Right.
But it doesn't matter what 4 guests it is, as long as the person that's renting our whoever renting the place has to be.
Yeah,
That's
and is
right.
responsible
Yeah.
for the conduct of
You're
the
not
people that are there.
subletting it out.
You're right,
They
you're not
have to.
cleaning
I feel
anyone.
bad for
Right.
Stephen and
Right.
Patricia.
I mean, it's like I say, you
And I
have
feel really
maximum
bad for mom and
occupancy,
dad,
so if
because
you are
This is
at
the
a
This is the
longer.
whole reason
what
they
does
do
it matter?
this.
Yeah.
You
Is
know,
so
because
that
they're
they can
prepared to
have a
take care of 2 or
spot,
4
bring
guests.
the family to them in a
Oh,
nice
well,
environment that they can enjoy.
And they can have people in a little bit at a time instead of having 20 people in and more time.
Yeah, I would never, ever go with this.
Anyways, I promise you that, and that is that,
Oh, I agree. That's why I'm like, we might as well go the last week because if you get kicked out, you don't care because you're not gonna rent.
That's good, yeah.
And it's like, and also, it's not like when you
People
walk in
know
there,
you
people
anyway. It's
don't-
not
yeah.
like babies.
Yeah, they're not
Arbitrary
It's like, is
rules
there a
are.
camera inside?
Yeah.
Are they knowing who's the second guest coming in?
I guess that they,
Like
I guess
privacy
they could
rules.
sit down in the park.
Still the same people.
Yeah, but it's not like you can't have guests. And obviously, if you're having a party, or let's say you say that you have.
If you're P. Diddy,
Yeah, if you're having a party,
bring all your
it's like you might
lube
get kicked out of the
right?
place.
And you're
Different
gonna
than
have like
having
some
4
wild
people at your
ass
place.
stuff.
Exactly. You gotta bring your
Once
baby
I had a
oil,
couple people walk by and
your tainted baby
have
oil.
drink. They gotta drug the baby oil. You like the drug it.
Ya se termina.
Can we have one more of those?
That's basil and
Maracuja?
Very good.
That is the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of cool that we're watching this surf break over into this little pool, some kind of wave. It's a pretty good little, there was a couple of boys that were in there a minute ago. That kind of reminds me of Rachel's bubble bath in the Bahamas, but it's it's got that 31 vibe. It's getting warm out there today.
I love the shade. I love the shade and I love being on the water so I can smell the water, feel the water.
The shade is good,
It's
but I like being in the water.
Yeah.
I think that Dad is going to probably make him wish that they had
Walk
what
down.
they're doing because this is his granddaughter and her husband from Florida.
Yeah.
It's not like they're Tiffany and Jose that they get to see regularly
Yeah.
either. What they really did here to them is freaking awful.
It is, I agree. I agree. I agree. But that's why
Mom said that
but
they-
if I
that
was
they-
Dad, I would have just canceled or I would have said, okay, well, I'm gonna rent for a week and these are gonna be my guests and then I'm gonna rent for a second week and these are gonna be my guests. You know? There's always these solutions and like you wanna make it difficult for me,
That's
well, then I'm
right.
gonna
That's how
cancel.
stupid it is,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. Because it's not like they can't rent them for a week. What are you gonna do?
I wish they would have let you know.
I wish it
Like
was.
help strategize how to get around
Yeah.
that problem.
Yeah.
Instead of just conceding defeat and being like,
Yeah.
you can't.
And he might have just come out of the hospital.
So tell me this, I was talking about what time does the pirate ship show up over there?
What did you say, like noon?
It's like, well,
Yeah.
it's pretty
They
early.
were shooting a thing when we were leaving.
Oh, were they? So they were shooting a cannon. I remember seeing it. Well,
Cameron's been the pirate.
because there hasn't been a single night that, usually, and we're saying that every night you hear the, you might not see the fireworks unless you're down at the mountain. You hear the boom,
Yes.
boom, boom, and that hasn't been going on.
What was the story of like Jeopardy? And then somebody
I know.
They're both in such bad shape. Such bad shape.
They couldn't, I don't know if either of them could make it to homes. Because,
well, apparently they're planning on selling.
I know you told me that, and it's like, hey, can she get the river water? Because then you're off.
Oh, yeah, see,
She's not handicapped.
No,
Oh,
she
that
is
is
handicapped. She's horrible. Yeah, she barely can.
But she maybe she's
Hey, she was in, we had a co-birthday party together this last year. We had a co-birthday party this last year,
My
and she
sister
was
joined.
walking around mom and dad's house was fine, and it was indoor, outdoor, you know, because she went down until she was, well, she went
I don't like
down
this.
the steps
I don't like
and
this.
back, down to the thing, she and I both had to
I'm not a
sign our birthday card. We made a birthday card out of the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we had to go do that stuff. And Jeff was very, he manned the barbecue. It was nice. Yeah. You know, Tina, Dawn, and Tina is not doing that. She's trying to, you know, because Dad had said, ¿Quieres shrimp? ¿Shrimp burrito? Sí. ¿Quieres amiga? Yes, that's good. Dad had invited him to come another time.
¿Shrimp tuyo? ¿Seis tacos?
She's talking right here. See,
Bueno.
¿Me oyes?
Yum, yum. Very good.
I do have this. I do have I wish I had confidence. He's the tartar person.
I even dip chips in French fries and stuff.
I mean, I might. I'll do it. It looks like tartar base.
You're gonna ask for some Diablo sauce?
I don't know.
You gonna ask for Diablo sauce?
I don't like it.
Like the Diablo sauce.
Do you have any
It's
more
kind of
like
sweet.
Italian sauces and
The salsa that I had yesterday, that was spicy.
I like the one in coleslaw. I'm a coleslaw connoisseur. This is like sad.
I'm sorry. But usually that's one of the things I like about this. They're usually a coleslaw. I'm not a coleslaw connoisseur. And I've never done it.
I mean, I would rather have purple the coleslaw and none of the like stupid potatoes. Well, I like sweet potatoes better. They're better for you. There's no like really nutritional benefits. Regular potatoes.
I'd like to be making it in a mashed potato. Yes. Very good. A little carrot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no good thought. I agree with you.
does have some like pickles. I'm gonna say we
But this is really good. This is really all meat.
Well, I like looking at
You
it.
got some serious. Still there. Still there.
Yep, your face is red.
Did I get burned?
Well, the sauce is going.
There was something that was there. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
I was looking at the salad. I haven't had a good salad in so long. It's like hurting now. Yeah.
Turkey burrito.
Really?
They have the best salad in there.
Really?
I need a good salad.
there, you got the big
Yeah, like I did blue cheese.
I hate blue cheese, but yeah.
They also have like a lot of good oil, different kinds of oils and vinegar and whatnot.
we do the salad with
Well, I'll just take a plain salad.
yeah, they do have it.
I need help.
Yeah, I like it.
Hopefully
You
not.
have good fit.
Yeah, it's good fit. That's what I think about.
Oil that they need.
Well, this was not as long of a walk as it is from Marina Vallarta to go to Old Town. Because we walked from Marina Vallarta to down.
Oh, really?
We drove in. We were turning she was longer in like the hospital where it's a window This wasn't that bad.
No.
Oh, that's that bill too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other was like, that's true. The other was like, oh, that's a long walk. You guys are going to need to take a taxi and not really knowing. But then, like, that's when I really started to research, you know what I mean? This wasn't that bad.
You might be watching it back out.
And I hear it is, Audra recently recommended that we do for that. We really enjoy her channel. She's had some pretty good stuff.
I try not to open my face.
Yeah.
Or my collar.
She's
Although
really
they
good.
do.
Yeah.
They do one they called me out. If you see the Democrats versus transparency, you don't have to look at it.
Was it on YouTube?
It's on my channel. But if they're on that good idea, I have like 500 views on that. A bunch of subscribers on it. The other day I
I'm going to tell you guys what I think is on the scene. Anybody can figure this out in about 10 seconds. Doge, just go to the office of the comptroller. And then you're going to get like the top 4 banks showing the institution you're going to pick. And you're finding that they had 218 children. So that's better. That's just the top 4 banks.
I just think
Oh no, that's what they
Well,
say.
let him finish his
That's
idea.
what they say. That's what they say. But this is, you know, it's basically, according to them, they've gotten rid of $32 trillion of this debt in the last quarter in 90 days.
They forgave it.
USAID.
It's just like it's no longer there.
The
We used to
national
know that the
debt's
fake debt- we
36.7.
used to say that the debt
How do you
is
get rid of
like a fake.
32 trillion in 90 days?
If there is fake, if people are being, but why isn't there fake debt? Why wouldn't you just make up debt? Who just will be money? That's
Well,
what
they've
they-
done that.
I know, I understand
There's
that,
no
that's
doubt
what,
about
why
that.
not?
Yeah, that's
Not only are they
basically-
stealing it, they're also stealing
Well,
it before it
absolutely.
was paid out.
Well, so the Treasury basically issues Treasury bonds. Okay? Those get sold by the Federal Reserve on a permanent open markets trading desk. They have the Federal Reserve literally has their own private Wall Street trading desk called permanent open markets. And that basically gets sold off to the hedge funders like Larry Fink and these guys who basically leverage that debt 10,000 to 1.
I know.
With derivatives. And they're dumping it onto the banks bit by bit by bit. And it actually is as bad as it sounds with the top 4 banks in the US. It's even worse. Because we're not talking trillions. We're doing it a lot way over. If you look at the United Nations, they with the the ESG people and Larry Fink and ESG investing and all that basically have monetized nature.
I've got 18 lights also.
Oh.
Some people are like, lots of people are like,
Ray wanted to see it. You showed it to the wrong person. He's on the.
No, actually, all your stuff.
Oh,
on
I've seen that before. Yeah. That's awesome.
I view all your stuff on Facebook. I just don't respond to it, but I look at it.
okay.
Because as a rule, I don't like do political shit in there. I don't.
Lots
No.
of people like it. And like some camps that are like super nuts. And so they always say like the same things. I was saying in the after that. And now they stop talking to each other.
Yeah.
Except for the nice things. Say nice things.
Yeah.
Nice things. But they're still posting their crazy stuff. One of our
No, he was funny because he was like
Well, you know,
hard
Jeff's,
on one of his
Jeff's
hands.
life is super bad. I mean, she was like crying whenever the whole changed. I mean, I saw that on her Facebook. Great.
No, because that is also the mental health thing when you are that obese. Your brain is. It's true.
Yeah, no,
It's true. It's like,
but she was one of the ones that was like hysterically like reacting and I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm
Trump
just saying.
1.0.
Be careful with her because she's like way too.
Trump 1.0. Legal.
I like her.
CDC basically, oh yeah, the CDC basically through the Trump administration's emergency order told people, you don't have to pay rent. Well, you better than that. You don't have to pay your mortgage. You can do deferred, payment with your mortgage. Suddenly, as soon as this starts coming out, but the interest rate. Now you have to renegotiate these new terms. So you're 2.9%. No, but it's like a 7.5. You have to save a lot of people. That's Trump 1.0. And he made 39 million Americans non-essential.
Liberal.
We put 2.2
In general, where we are
they closed 3.8 million businesses. 2.2 million never reopened.
Liberal.
Doge with funding all this stuff for the Small Business Association.
No.
Okay.
But in general,
Including the prison stuff that was going on back
I mean,
then
it's
with
like
the
you get outside of like the big cities. I think in general, with the rest of the country, you get into more conservative people.
First thing is right out the gates.
Yeah, and I mean,
Never put in the
like
public
people I know, they're
in the same
they're
position
very
as
conservative.
Who wants
They're
to
not-
voluntarily get free pay till October?
Yeah, because when you get to
Tell me 5 things you did
and
this
West
week.
Coast and other different
That's normal.
When Doge comes out
that's
to
all
local
like
public
for
transport,
Democrat, but
She's
in
the
the
reason.
South,
It's all the
West, I
same.
mean, you do
Joe and Jay
go either way, right?
pay.
And
You know, and
so
the
it's
private
it's
services
it's
through
I'm like,
NGOs is that two basic profit. But and a lot of it is
that's how
just
it
stuff.
was.
It's just
It
but you
is
start
what it is,
getting into my neighbors,
I mean, when it comes down
you
to
know,
like
who
being
are
neighbors,
doctors and the researchers
really,
and
you
stuff.
should be talking
Their
about
contracts are
meeting
getting
them.
screwed.
It's just like day-to-day
They've done
shit,
it.
you know.
You know what I
People that
mean?
are like,
It's
listening to all this, how
that
their
money is
weather,
not
how their
coming.
family, you know, and
But
just
that's
all
also
that.
partially
You know, you're
part
not
of
getting
that
in
is
deep and everything like that. I mean, you reserve that for people that you
I'm
trust, that you
feeling
can be in a safe space and you can like
more
talk your mind and speak
positive
your mind.
than you are, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
not
know good stuff.
fan of Pam Bondi and her
Yeah.
Epstein.
I mean, you don't go like burn your bridges.
It's like, what was the point of that?
In the end game, that's not really what the important
No, of course.
in that market. And so it's like, it's just like with me at work. I mean, I know who I could talk to about this, and I'll have people that I really like and are just and they'll say things like that. Yeah. And then I'll go to my like good friend Tempo, and she and I will talk, and we'll be like, yeah, we totally don't agree with that. We don't. But you always have to have the people you can trust. You always have to have the people that you can like, speak your mind and agree to disagree with others.
I never even
But
heard
it's
about
not
it.
like you have to take a stand and like get
Yeah, I never
fired
even heard about
or make life difficult for yourself or everything because it's not. Yeah,
I just recently heard
I
that. I was like,
literally getting
wow.
fired from my job.
Somebody had found somebody homeless. You know.
So there's a certain point
Same
where
thing
Are
with
you
the
in
LA
my phone?
fires. When the LA fires were just crazy.
Yeah, and the white
Probably
thing
is
is
Um,
yes. No, they're. I think that
There's a
they're.
certain point where you
I actually think there's a whole work going on out there, and there's life and there's death.
Information has
Make your own decision. I think that's probably destructive.
you really that value that we're trying to or red, you agree to this thing and just move on. And just like get on with it, you know? 'Cause life
well,
is short.
I agree with you on that. It's like,
He did a good job.
so let me ask you this: why didn't companies in city after city after city put an emergency order? So there's only one thing an emergency order says clearly: if you are to protect people and property, that is why they exist.
He's
So
talking
the
about his
emergency
first.
orders, with BLM rise, and this and that, city after city, north to south, east to west. You had so many people. They had people calling 911 just to sabotage it. We're going to kill you.
Yeah.
This is a false call.
We
We're
shouldn't
going to
have
kill
had
you.
anything to do with that. In our state, they taking care of and taking over.
Oh, yeah.
A town in our city gave me a job.
Well, then you had, she was a federal prosecutor too. What's her name? From Seattle? The lady who was the mayor at the time? Summer of Love lady, was her name?
The mayor of that town, where they're going to top road.
Well, yeah, but I mean, and that's the other thing is it's the gay community. You got to admit it. They just keep rolling them out. Whether it's Silicon Valley, SLV Bank, because Janet Yellen bailed them out. We got to see their books because we paid. In addition, she guaranteed them over $250,000 deposits. FDIC guarantees up to $250,000. Well, there was all these Chinese investors in this and that. She said, well, we're going to make them fall. So Joe and Jane Public got to hit them. So look, now all the FOIA requests came out. They gave $62 million to Black Lives Matter. One bank. You start looking at the money behind all this stuff. You went from basically having people who were going to the streets and doing protesting, hey, what lockdown? We're not dropping like flies here. You say that we got a pandemic going on? Fine. Who's dying around us? We're not seeing this. Where's the body count? Anybody who goes through the windshield in the car accident, or the guy that goes. Yeah. You know what I mean? If people are saying this, next thing you know, well, here goes, it could have been anybody. George Floyd could have been Rodney King. Anybody like that.
That would have been that would be a good meme. Is the knee shot and say passed away of COVID.
What you see, what becomes pretty clear because the money behind it was astonishing, and the coordination of the media, you get them all in the same page. Global.
Yeah, they all say the exact same thing.
You know what I mean? And it's just like boom, 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 same messaging, same this and that. And it's like, this is not grassroots.
No, this is conspiracy.
This is
It is conspiracy.
And it's
And they go, it's a conspiracy theory, and they have like a fact. You know what a theory is? It is an educated guess. And a conspiracy theory is it's the educated guess that a group of people coordinated effort to commit a crime. Yes.
Withhold the truth from the majority of the public. Our government's been doing that forever, like the man on the moon. Like, you know,
I think what's coming is going to shake a lot of people up.
fighting in Vietnam, like
That's
all
why
kinds of stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Like men were dying over
we pay
there.
for 500,000 EV
They
cars.
like downplayed the numbers.
When the day that Trump is elected, found out that the start date, we got 10 of them underway, 10 more coming, but you got a line of who's who of billionaires globally.
They wait for them to die before they release
The thing is,
the classified documents. Like they're too freaking old. They're like wheelchairs in
he
a
brought in 600 million.
before.
We've been so good to them, I think that he's going to be good for $1 trillion. You know what I mean? And this is for Starbucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is a public partnership thing too. Who do you want to vote for? We're talking about the most powerful people in the world that are consolidated together.
I
And
mean,
it's
yeah,
all
they,
coming on this AI. And
The
AI,
lucky thing is a lot of them are stupid. A lot of these power people are stupid. They just were given the money. There's some people like that. The thing that I think that, and I have.
I know her husband's a stock guy. At the same time,
And that's why I non-sequential terms. So I have permanent.
everybody else. Bye.
there's times where I just snap people at work and I just like found all this stuff off the list.
You see Doge doing what they're actually doing.
I just can't.
It's a public servant, yeah. I might be only working for $200,000 a year.
I can't
But a public servant,
just let you say
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
the
this
stuff
stuff
and
and
I'm
I'm
gonna work my butt off.
trying.
That's not true.
And I'll say
But
something,
now
they'll
I'm
be
gonna do
glad.
separation, I'm
Go out
gonna learn,
and
I'm gonna learn more.
you
And
know,
with Trump, I
like,
think that it'd be better
I don't
because
I know alternative information that we need for media feed.
oh, I need to put together
And
my team
I'm like, if you want to know
before I even
more,
talk to these people.
then I can tell you.
But I think that anyone was.
But that's all. That's the best I can do.
That's not what I ever get this forum done. This is forum done.
And I can only do so much before I
People
create
should be
a
doing
hostile
what they can do.
So I can't do it.
If someone, if you look at most of the politicians, even a lot of
Yeah.
you look at them in their first
You
4
have a
years.
different agenda. Mine is just to share,
Working
like,
hard,
you know,
and they
pictures
were
and
trying to get
experiences and
done. And then after that, they,
That's
and they keep putting it in. I bet someone has blackmailed them on Epstein Island.
I don't always agree with everything. I hear you, you just, I mean, but it's, we all have our,
secret, and some blackmailing them to
with my job and
trading people, it makes it harder to
because
blackmail
what
people.
I enjoy the most is like seeing other people,
Because it's not supposed to be.
mainly my women friends, honestly, you know, and seeing their lives and their pictures and what's going on. That makes me so
Someone else should be able to.
and that makes me like keep going back, like,
But
oh
the
yeah,
other government.
the
is,
milestones, you going on vacation, I'm on
But they're also.
vacation, you know, I mean, and stuff like that. All the other, I know
There's
from
this,
them,
this
ad
team
nauseam.
bullshit.
I try to keep it.
And
And if we,
it is what it
I have
is.
friends that are
Men
very
tend to
much,
do that, or the women
I
on
have friends
Facebook.
like, how did you come to this conclusion? She goes, I agree with you, tell me how you came across it. And I told her my way, and then she told me her way, and we ended up at the same place. So I think that we are ending up at the same place, that's
And
probably
my
a good
sister
decision.
said,
well, I
well,
think it goes.
she and her husband are covered, and things that she doesn't feel she can send to my mom.
Unburdened by what has been.
Yeah, it's like Madonna.
I don't always like, you know, I'm like, I'll look into it.
So essentially, when she's
And I don't
facing
shoot
the
down.
thing,
I mean, my best friend happened.
opportunity, is
And
what she
I
calls
was
it.
just down there
Okay.
with
You
her
know,
for a
where
weekend.
basically it's equity.
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
February.
where everybody
But
has
you know what?
opportunity,
She and I don't talk
you know,
about
to
politics that much. I mean, we're just living life. I mean, she's got issues with her husband and still grieving the loss of her mother and his mother or his father. And I mean, there's more pressing matters. I mean, I worry more about her marriage than I do about the country and politics. So I'm there to more help her as a friend and just like, you know, just helping her with whatever she wants. I was like, I'm here for whatever you need want me to do and support her because I love her than she and I are about that. And like I said, I'm moderate. I see both sides. I'm willing to listen to both things and consider everything. Yeah. The inconsistencies, yeah. Not only the secret,
So anyway,
I mean,
media
there's all kinds of seminal events, histories since I've been paying attention. Nice. That you like look at things and go, that's not right. That shouldn't happen. It's just a continuation of that as seeing adults and just living long enough to like see the ebb and flow of politics. It was like what foods like supporting this or that war, even like conspiracy. No side
is 1500, not the commander, the captain. You're in charge. And the guy sitting next to you who basically that you've got behind you doing this and that, tip 3 times the stuff that you do. And it's like, but he doesn't give you. He doesn't see this stuff. It's like at some point it's like,
oh yeah.
you're saying what she's talking about. It's not going to be her idea. She basically, they've already implemented this. It's in place under Trump. People said they sort of realized it when they were watching their kids being taught during COVID during lockdown. But it's the same thing. What was the guy's name who was his secretary of education?
Diverse.
No, I hated her.
Yeah. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, these people, you can't tell me you don't get it. You don't understand what's going on with these agendas and stuff. Because it's at the forefront. You got people that are basically saying, no, that red, white, blue flag doesn't apply on this cost. That rainbow flag does. And they're teaching all this crap.
Right.
It is a totally good, and it was going on. And people, parents, when they're taking in they're seeing it's like, what is going on? What is it? I was talking to the teacher.
Where's the reading, writing,
Not
and
a little
arithmetic?
crazy, wasn't to my liking a hairstyle or something like our blue hair or something. But it's like, what?
Controlled by
And then you come to
the
find out
information
that
that
they were
we're
even
seeing,
circumventing
whether
good
it's from
teachers
mass media
because they would bring
or
in
from outliers that know again, like
this is
internet,
just going to be,
you know, all the
you go over there, take a good coffee break for the rest of the afternoon. This
that's where
person's coming in.
it's
They
hard,
get all
like,
this
to
money
do.
from
And
the same
that's
people
where,
today behind AI and see,
And all the NGOs.
but trans isn't.
as long as you can have freedom of speech, as long as you can have the freedom to present whatever side you're looking at, and what you think is
Saved.
what you believe to be the most,
Yes.
I guess,
So
most
now you got
accurate
them running
truth.
cover for this.
Then
With trans
I think that's where it
which is
lies
this
the
whole
power of the
different thing with
people
all these
still
non-Asian
to like
stuff.
disseminate
It's being
through all the
disguised
information
as transsexual.
and everybody
Trans rights,
come at present all different sides, but not
they want everything.
condemn each other for being able to do that, right? I mean, you should not be able to say, you can't say that.
This is what we were trying to
You gotta
create.
believe
But
it.
we are, I mean,
We should be
We already
able to
are.
all,
We are.
yeah, so
yeah,
they're
but
trying
they-
to
you
supply to
should
us.
be able to
Like,
like,
see, for me, I'm and this is
to listen.
that's what's
I mean,
going on.
you should be able to like, everybody have
And it
different
is,
opinions
I don't have a problem
and
with
put them all out
because
there.
I think that
And
people are
for people
entitled to
to
theirs.
like,
But when you are lying about that you're a man and
come to their own
that you want to
conclusions about like,
And
what
how
you're
come
gonna
I'm
like.
going to lose my job
And
if
here's what
I
I mean, it's just like,
misgendered?
if
It's
some
like, it's
You're
like
misgendering yourself.
incident
the bearded
happens,
dude
one
over
person
there
comes to you and
that
tells
you want me to call
their
Doug,
side, The
who
other
have been
person
calling them
comes their
Doug for
side
20
of the
years,
story.
and they start calling him
And
Doris.
if you didn't like
Why?
expressly
And
witness
I got
it,
the problem.
you're not
So
listening.
that's for real.
No, and
And
I see that.
The diversity training
and
to
whether
see
that impacts your relationship
It's
with
insane.
either one of them or not,
It
it is what it is. But the next time something happens and it follows a similar pattern, and it's like, okay, this person's always doing X, this person's always doing Y, and I mean, I don't know. It's
trans lead where they're
as human
a man
beings,
dressed up like a woman
using your
beating
own
the
common
shit out of a
sense,
woman
using
dressed up like
your
a
deductive
man.
powers.
Wouldn't that be
of
excellent
reason.
entertainment? You have to admit that
That
would
was
be
the
great.
Olympics. That was the Olympics.
I know, but that was.
But it's like being able
The
to
men were fighting against
not
normal
have
men.
information
I want
altered by AI,
men that are
not,
taking the women's hormones to fight against the women that are taking the
not a
men's
it's
hormones.
scary as
I know it's not, but I think it would be funny to see that. It's like, okay, let's see, because you guys say it's no
Because
good.
Elon Musk says that there's about an 85% that it's going to bring good to the world,
Pumping themselves up with testosterone. And here's someone that's
Well,
killing themselves.
there's the money
Would
again.
you not watch that?
There's the money.
Would that be interesting?
How can you get the NCAA, which is just huge money, huge money? How can you get them to go to games?
Yeah,
Money. More money.
And it all goes back to the same group. I mean, looking at these
They're
garbage.
destruction.
I'm not looking at Elon Musk, or I'm looking at Peter Taylor, I'm looking at Reed Hoffman, or any of these people. You look at all of them are garbage monsters. Every one of them. They all start with big lives, which is not the there's your top three, PayPal, this and that. And he was asking me what about I think it's the first group. So you can say that now and then.
I mean,
telling you
fear
about
is
what
that it could like determine that.
I mean, because you know computer stuff. I used to go through TCP/IP over protocols.
Worthy, but
There's
like,
no magic code.
there's no
So,
really
when they say the blockchain,
Yes.
all these ones, and
Wait, no, no, no,
all
no.
these people were involved in it, just happened to be involved in AI. It was AI data. That's how it's been voraciously feeded.
Yeah.
Earn Bitcoin. Data for everything. With all this massive amounts of energy. Hope the dang you earn another Bitcoin. And it's all going on. But even right now, when you get these transactions, they're trying to misdirect over here. It's like you get all these gays jumping up and down. I'm really
Well, that's and that's where I don't call it the games. It is the trans because someone can be in. I had gay friends, but they don't tell me.
Jim Carrey.
They're telling
No, call him Andy.
yeah. And it's like
Dave Chappelle, did you like that one?
yes.
That's the best one. And here I was. I wanted to meet Jim Carrey. I wouldn't even watch it. Look right there. See, that's Jim Carrey.
Yes.
I had to call him Andy. Now I'm looking at the greatest comedians, immerse in a role of another great comedian. I say all that to say that's how trans people make me feel. I mean, that's really it. And everybody, that's just common sense to anybody. You know what I mean? But you circle back with money, and I'm talking about this is like Jim is the largest employer in they make people virtue signal these values. That's what diversity training is. That's what diversity training is. Did you pass with 80%? You gotta pass with 80%. You gotta virtue, so you gotta at least know the answer we're looking for. So you know how to role play this. You see what I mean? Here's your script. We're teaching it to you. Now repeat it. Repeat it at 80%.
But even that, when you talk about that, and it's kind of like we're talking about equity. It's like when you actually did earn the job, just because you're in the math and it's the same thing that women refers to yourself as my pronouns. I'm like always wondering, is that really a she her?
I'll tell you what.
But I think because you've seen beautiful, and some of the most beautiful feminine.
There have been some people that have actually said, did you hear what Brian Williams said when he stopped working in the house after 30 or 40 years? He basically said they're burning the house down, they're busing it. These are people with degrees and titles that I can only dream of in my lifetime. So talking about some of the smartest and just the
No,
AI.
they say that they're called, the AI can have colors first, but that's one of the things that, when you talk about Duke and you talk about these elite schools, a lot of people who are poor and have to go to their houses also live with to get their stuff. They go to this school and they go, God, it's so much easier for me than all of these people because they didn't know
It's
what
like
the
you're
fuck they were
saying.
doing.
It's like you're saying. There's plenty of people that have paid the dues. Look at Gene Anderson. Where is Gene Anderson? We're going back out here. Tell me, I can tell you what
She's
an
like
EI
mom and
hire
dad
is.
Steve. That's what the deal
See,
is.
that's somebody who basically couldn't have the chops to come out and
Yeah.
say, "You're a DEI hire.
Yeah.
You're a DEI hire.
Yeah.
You're a DEI hire. I'm the real thing." You know what I mean? You don't tell me, I'm going to call you Doug, not Doris. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm loving, what's the press secretary's name? Carolyn?
Oh, yes. She's
Oh,
great.
I love her. I have a girl.
She's a new mother, too.
Yes, I
You got
love
a
her.
girl crush on her?
She is not a
She give us
bee.
the check yet?
And that's the other, you have to ask her.
I did.
Oh, you did. That's the thing they see with these people is crazy. It's like,
Nothing happens fast. No. My tacos were great. They were really
How about the thing?
it's like just that. But they were good.
Yeah.
And plus the tacos are tacos. They probably got it all 3 days.
So you say you
I do love tacos. I still love tacos, and they're better than my tacos. Even their room temperature tacos are probably better than my tacos. I'm not.
You made a mistake not having tacos yesterday.
Really?
I make the best.
You make the best tacos. Okay. Well,
My baby.
you'll get another chance.
No, even the Mexicans are like they are.
See, that's the thing. But I'll be honest with you. The thing we love about
Yeah,
coming to
yeah,
Puerto
there you go.
Vallarta is that it's just, first of all, she needs vacation, but it's just too easy because of everything that you can possibly want. We can eat at Archie's Walk if you feel like this tonight, and you can go to Tuna Azul, and you can go have Italian food, and it's all like pick your direction. You know what I mean? It's like I said, I've eaten at every taco place pretty much almost in zona romantic, and now because that's what I do.
We've eaten a lot of them. We like our. We have
And
our
I'm telling you
favorites.
that the guys, the ones that just takes the pie out are guys who. So you got the money.
Oh, you're paying, right?
Oh no, I don't have a job. I offer to
Thanks,
spend for
Rachel.
money.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
I offer to spend for money because I
Look,
love
people always
because I
ask,
love my
they
sister.
come and I'm like,
Because I love my
a little
sister.
sexist because
Hang on.
they don't know that
What room are we
money
in?
makers with it.
What room are we in? Remember Chevy Chase
he's
in
you
the
know how much
Fletch,
this is?
where he's down at the tennis court. Figured it out. And he's like, you over here, so you never.
Yes.
Well, would you like me to put this on Mr.
That is
Red?
why.
Yes, and bring me a. And then you see him. Then you see him leaving, and he's looking at the.
It's like $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you
Fletch is like, no.
Do they accept credit cards?
I probably
I have
do.
no idea.
I think it's cash for your room.
Is that what it says?
No, he said cash.
Call it,
Do you have enough?
yes.
You sure? You spend the money. I still
I know it really does.
I still have that much left after I used it.
Oh, really?
So did you want to walk back with them, or do you want to walk up to the top of the hill and finish the bus and go back there? Because there are two options.
Well, there's tequila at our place.
Well, we're still going to go back there.
We'll just meet you there.
We'll just meet you
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It's in the fridge. It's all
And all the water.
here.
Here, Obama.
Are you going to
I
It's
do have a
by
problem
the
with
ocean,
that.
you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just because I'm fixated on it. I'm like, stop.
What do you feel?
I feel like going up and catching the bus and going over and having the margaritas ready by the time you guys
Well,
get
there, it's in the shake of the booze and the fruit, the already in the fridge and the shake. All I need to do is you guys, because I didn't want my mom to see me cutting the stuff up.
And then her saying, oh, Ricky.
Yes, because she's already asked her. She already lectured me. And I'm going to walk out.
Oh, you are?
Oh, we can take the bus with you guys. I don't care.
Are we going to wait for her to go into the water or leave? I'm going to go down and go in the water.
All this ding ding dong.
Josh, yes, sir.
Wait, let's look at the
And I don't give a
They
shit.
do it, so, yes. It is.
Especially if it's a little, a nice little spot.
Yeah, we can go down there. Go down there and then we can use their bathroom and stuff.
Well, the bathroom is to the, it's in the building.
Yeah, I'll catch you on